This is Boysen
Whoa.
Hodgson, the Communications and Marketing Director with the ManKind Project USA, and I am thrilled to be here this morning, with Barry Friedman, and with this book, I Love Me More Than Sugar.
There it is, man.
That's the book. And my bookmark is not in the book because I've been reading it on the Kindle at night instead, and that's been working for me. And I am reading in day 3, and I am sitting on day 1.
Really?
Yes.
Are you really?
I am.
Well, I didn't even know that. That's so...
So
Wow.
my birthday was Monday. So I had cupcake on my birthday.
Yeah.
And I'm good for today.
Yeah. Wow, man. That's exciting. I didn't even know you were doing that. That makes an interview a lot more rich for me to talk to someone who's actually kind of sitting in the fire of it all. That's neat.
Yeah, I definitely am. So we've been talking about this a little bit. I've done some social media posting for you through MKP to help boost you when you were going for the 99-cent thing to get the little custom sticker on your
Right.
Amazon.
The Amazon bestseller sticker. Yeah, it's good.
Which is awesome. And tell me about this. So for somebody who hasn't encountered your book, how did this happen?
Yeah, I'll give you a real brief. I know, because it's an odd thing. Going sugar free has about the sex appeal of learning Morse code or playing the oboe, but it happened on Leap Day 2012. It was the day before. It was February 28th, 2012, and my 9-year-old son said, "What are you going to leap for Leap Day?" Which I loved, so I jumped right into it. I thought this is the greatest, and there should be a holiday where you leap something. We had just eaten this big frozen yogurt with chocolate peanut butter cups and gummy bears and all these things. And I was feeling like crap, and I said, I'm going to leap sugar for the day. No idea what I was going to do. And he said, I'm not going to join you in that, but I will go the day without picking my nose. So I love kids' wisdoms. We all are fighting our own battles. So I did that. I went February 29th, 2012 with no sugar. At the end of the night, I said to my wife, I said, I can't even believe how it feels so empowering. And just like I just slayed this beast that's been with me involuntarily my whole life. And I said, I'm going to try and do 30 days of it. Jumped to probably 20 days into it. I knew I was going to go a year. I just said, I'm going to try a year of this. A lot of hard days in that. And I'm looking forward. Maybe we can connect in a few days, like on day 4 or 5, and just see how you feel.
I'll just be swearing. It'll just be a stream of swear words coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, when you read on day 4, I wrote about my day 4. It was really the withdrawal, the detox, the where is it? And I realized all this happened because since birth, everyone in this world's been bribed, punished, and rewarded with different forms and different amounts of sugar. It's what we're given. You've been a good boy, have an ice cream cone. Bad boy, no dessert. And I tell you, this stuff sneaks in. And speaking to new warriors, we know about how habits sneak in, about how they drive the bus from behind us, how we make deals with ourselves. And so this, for me, was an amazing challenge, and it turned into going 1 day, then 30 days, then a year, and February 28th, I got to wait for my anniversary. It'll be till 2016 when we have another Leap Day, when I can say I've hit an actual anniversary. But yeah, this February 28th will be 3 years, and I tell you, Boysen, it's been a life changer. I started talking to friends about it. I ended up starting an online program, 30dayssugarfree.com, writing a book, appearing on 21 TV shows. I'm going on TV tomorrow again to talk about the book. And it's very fun. So this is something that comes up on the weekends, right? What's our mission, and how does the mission show up in your life? My mission on my weekend was to create a world of open and honest communication by setting the example. And dropping sugar to me felt very honest. And look what's happened. It's getting a little out of control.
Yeah, and by setting an example. Wonderful. So yeah, that was just one of the things as we've touched base on this. So 150 pages into the book, and I know I'm reading A New Warrior.
Really? Oh, I love that. Yeah.
I know that I'm reading. I know that I'm reading MKP. There's you walk through the hero's journey.
I did, yeah.
In one of the chapters of the book, you lay it out, the call and the refusal of the call, and the magical assistants that come to help us, and all of these things. And in looking at the actual kind of step by step of giving up sugar, you immediately jump under the surface of it. You mean it's like, okay, here's all the surface stuff. Okay, now, what's your deepest fear?
Yeah. What's it hide? What do we use these 7 holes in our face to squash? And I'll tell you, the biggest one is sugar, and it comes about very early. And I have yet to talk to anyone who's gone 30 days sugar-free who says, man, I miss the feeling that I had right after I eat a big ice cream sundae, or I miss the feeling that I had right after I do this. It's all about the squelching piece of it. It's about the covering it up. So there's a lot of uncovering that just says, hey, for these 30 days, I'm not going to eat any sugar. I'm going to find healthier ways to deal with my emotions, my reactions. Lots come from it.
Yeah, it's one of the ways that, me personally, it's one of the ways that I have always used sugar to help keep stuff that I have in shadow.
Oh, yeah. It's so good.
It's a much more convenient, like, if I can feel shitty about myself and ashamed because of what I just ate or how I'm feeling in my body, then all that other stuff, all that other really big stuff, I could keep that way back there because I'm way too busy feeling like, bleh.
Man, gosh, thanks for opening that up. It's amazing. It was a divine set of circumstances that led to feeling crappy having just eaten this big yogurt with my son, to him asking this beautifully innocent question about what am I going to leap, to me having done a bunch of self-exploration through my work with MKP and staffing and being on weekends and I groups every week, to actually be able to hear what he was asking, realize the quick and easy answer would have been, dude, leap day is not about leaping stuff, to what's the beauty, what's the gift in the question he's asking me right now? I'm going to leap sugar. And the open and honest communication by setting the example, there we go. And he's the only one in our house that still eats sugar. My wife jumped in soon after she knew I was serious, so she's been a couple of years off sugar too. So we have this little guy who we buy ice cream for, and we have fun. But he sees these parents growing up, and he sees that you can make choices in the world that aren't part of the popular thing, but because they feel good.
Yeah, modeling something different. So, what has it opened up for you personally in 3 years?
Yeah,
what's changed?
Couple of huge changes. I don't know if I have a good enough HD camera, but I look at videos of myself from 2008. I've been on TV since 1986. I did my first Tonight Show appearance. I'm a 4-time world juggling champion. We didn't even get into that whole ugly mess.
Right.
But I've been on a couple hundred television shows doing my comedy act. I've toured the world for 32 years doing this comedy act at corporate events all over the place. And so I look at videos of myself, skin clearing up, weight loss. I weigh 165 pounds right now. I'm 6'1". I'm a lean machine. I went from a 38 pants down to a 32. I have my same size I wore in high school. So that's outside stuff. On the inside, Boysen, anxieties, lucid dreams, great sleep, just a calmness. And I've never done the whole coffee thing. For some reason, I've never put in the work it requires to get the acquired taste of coffee. I did it for beer, but I haven't done it for coffee. So I have more energy probably now even than I used to have. I think and another amazing thing on the inside, I have not had a cold or a flu or anything in almost 3 years. I just think without my body fighting off Reese's peanut butter cups and cake at night, I can handle germs. It's funny, there's a big thing going around now in California where I live, and everyone's got this flu that knocks you out, and the flu shot, is only 30% effective, they're saying. I hang out with people who are sick. I don't even care anymore. So it's a bit of a Superman thing that's happened, I think, after almost 3 years without having my body deal with that stuff.
So one of the things that you talk about thank you for all that. One of the things you talk about in the book are kind of the physical things that go along with sugar, kind of the medical stuff. So bullet point out some of the things that sugar does to our bodies.
Yeah. Well, there's, everything from gout to acne to heart disease, obesity, one of the most visible ones we see in this country. 70% of American adults and 43% of American children are overweight or obese right now. And that's, there's no reason to do that. Diabetes kicking in like crazy. Acne, young kids. My son's 12 now, and he's starting to deal with, what's this stuff on my face? I'm like, dude, that's from that bag of sugar you eat where you dip the pop into and lip the stuff. I said, that's food. He went to school this morning with a canker sore, and I said, "You know what canker sores love?" And he goes, "Sugar." And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I'll." So uh, there's a lot of stuff that's tied to sugar. You know, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. It's funny. I did a ton of research in writing this book. I've spoken with experts, interviewed people. I feel like I've gotten a very good education about how sugar snuck into our world. You probably read the part about the early history about when, you know, the rich people ate 4 pounds of the stuff a year. We're pushing 160 pounds average for an American now. So a year. We haven't evolved quickly enough to deal with that kind of exponential growth in the amount of something we're taking in. And, you know, I get the sugar's natural argument all the time from people. Sugar's natural in certain forms, and I would implore anyone who says sugar's natural to go eat some natural sugar, an apple. Hey, even get a piece of sugar cane and bite on that stuff. It comes with enough fiber that the amount of sugar you're getting is proportionate to the amount of work you're doing and the amount you're taking in. What is very unnatural is to drink a 64-ounce cola that gets sent right to your liver. Did I say colon? I don't know why. I was thinking of a joke. Gets sent to your liver, and it has no idea what to do with it. So it just turns it into fat at an alarming rate. So, you know, eat sugar if you can eat it naturally. There's wonderful ways to enjoy sugar. I eat fruit all the time. It comes with its own fiber sandwich. Yeah, and it's wonderful. So,
yeah, it's been fun, horrifying fun to be looking at what I eat over the last couple of weeks as I've been reading the book, and also engaging with my girls, engaging with the kids on it. And I think I told you this in an email. As soon as the book arrived, you had sent a couple of the sugar-free, 30-day sugar-free bracelets.
Right, the wristbands, yep.
And the girls, of course, grabbed those, and they were on their wrists before I could say boo. And then the boo that I said was, well, if you're putting on the wristband, we're going to start looking at what we eat.
Wow.
So we have been, as a family now, really looking at what we eat. And I am not going to try and, you know, taking your recommendation, taking work as a new warrior, right? I don't get to change somebody else. So I'm not going to try and drag anybody into this thing, kicking and screaming. But my awareness and the girls, my 8-year-old, she's reading stuff now. So she's reading boxes, and she's reading the cartons, and she's looking at things and asking questions, you know, about what is monosodium diglutamate,
right?
You know, what are all the chemicals and things like that. So just the level of awareness that we're coming to.
And what do I have? Oh yeah, in the back here I have this page, 50 plus names for sugar.
Right. This
is all ways that sugar is put on lists on ingredients, and you would have to have a master's degree to actually have all these memorized and understand. Panocha. How about that? Oh, I just got one in time when the book was being published. Aspartame, which has gotten a bad name for, you know, doing stupid things like giving rats cancer and ruining memories. They didn't change the formula at all. They just changed the name. It's now called amino sweet. So just kept the same thing because the FDA agrees that it's fine, but it's amino sweet now. So a new one to look out for. Because it sounds so happy and innocent.
Great. Yeah.
Keep an eye on that. Anyway, I would invite, thanks for the time on this. I know we have a fairly limited time here, but any new warriors that want to take a look at that chapter you're talking about is called The Hero's Journey Through the Eyes of Sugar Free, which is a good ride. Have some interviews from people around the world who have done the program. I talk about the book in 3 sections: the why, because that's important to know why we're doing something, the how, and the challenge. So, I think it's an amazing gift to give anyone to give themselves for 30 days. On day 31, you can always become who you were. Just like I say about the weekend when I recommend people go, I always say, hey, on Monday you can shower it off and get back to who you were if you want.
That's right. You can choose to forget about this entire thing if you want to.
Where's the pen?
But that may not be why you came.
It may not be why you came. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So thank you very much. So for new warriors and for others, it's incredible and it resonates. You know,
Thank you so much.
It is sitting in men's group. This is the kind of accountability. This is a look at personal health, look at my body and what I use sugar to cover. Yeah. That's been very powerful for me, and I'm not making any guarantees about what the next 30 days are going to look like for me, but
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be checking in.
I love it, man. I'm so happy. Is your wife? Did your wife jump in, or did she say good luck?
She's hanging. She's hanging on the edge.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
hanging out on the edge.
Yeah. Sometimes
She's
it's neat. Yeah.
she's way less. She's way more conscious about food generally than I have been, and so for me, this is a big step.
What's your go-to in sugar when you need something to forget?
What's my go-to? What's the thing that I usually go to?
Yeah.
Cereal.
Cereal. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a 10:30, 11 p.m. big bowl of cereal
Yeah.
guy. Yes.
Man, I'll be interested to see what happens to your sleep and dreams without that hit of sugar before you go to bed. It's pretty interesting when the body's not spending the first hour dealing with, all right, where does this go? Where does this go? Oh man, I didn't need this after a long day.
Yeah, and from the beginning, first thing in the morning, it's I'm milk and sugar in the coffee,
Yeah.
and then that takes me all the way through noon. And
Wow.
then
Did you drop it out of your coffee today?
I did. Yeah, I'm just drinking
Wow,
milk
boys.
in my coffee.
Wow. Good for you,
Yeah.
man.
And it's been, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you, brother.
Hey, you bet, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thanks, everyone. And good luck to who's ever watching and doing whatever it takes to look at the next chapter of your life. I know anyone who's seen this interview's already doing that. So
And the journey continues, as they say.
it does. It always does. Thanks so much, man.
Okay, bye.